Hello, hello, welcome to the channel. My name's Nobby. Thank you for tuning in to episode 1 of our Path of Exile Affliction beginner's playthrough. I have just got in. It's 12 minutes past 7. I was in the queue from 6 o'clock, so it took me an hour and 12 minutes to get in. Not too bad, not too bad. I'm going to try and get this video up tonight on launch night, just because that may help with views to then roll the playthrough forward. Being a hobby channel, still fairly small, still growing, I'd like, obviously, everyone that's watching to subscribe if you can and stick a thumbs up on the videos. That does help other people find them. All of you that do press those buttons, thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. Let's get started, shall we? We are playing Zizaran's guide. He's brought a melee guide out for the Boneshatter Slayer. I won't try saying that after a couple of beers, I promise. So, we are in Path of Exile. It is the Affliction League gone live on the 8th of December, 2023. We are about to create a new character. We have 3 choices as a new player. All right, you can choose the Standard League. This is the Persistent Realm. Never gets reset. Your characters never get deleted from here. You are welcome to play the Standard League, but I highly recommend, if you're new to the game, coming to the current Challenge League. Challenge Leagues usually around about 3 months. And then every 3 months we have a reset. They bring out more mechanics. They try new things out. Some items will go back into the Standard League. It's the way to start. Your character doesn't get deleted at the end of it. At the 3-month period when this league closes, your characters do get moved down to Standard, so you can carry on playing them if you wish. But it's a great way to try a new build out. Try something different. Try and make your own build, maybe. It's a really good way every 3 months to just sort of refresh the game. So replayability is huge. We are following Zizaran's build guide, Boneshatter Slayer. If you are new, highly recommend following a build guide for your first playthrough. You can try and YOLO it and come up with your own build, but you may end up being a bit glass cannon-y, maybe a bit low on life, and you may hit a bit of a stumbling block later on. These are tried and tested by more knowledgeable players than me. I'm talking Zizaran, who's got 25,000 hours in the game. So you know that this is a viable build that could get to end game as long as you're following the guide, doing things right, and then it's all about enjoying the game. So we are going to go Affliction League. We then have 2 choices on the current Challenge League. We can have Affliction Normal, or we can have Hardcore. Hardcore, exactly what it says on the tin. You die in Hardcore, your character's dead in Hardcore. All right? It does get dropped down to Standard, but for the purpose of Affliction, that character is done. So we're going to go Normal Affliction League. You then have 2 further options. You can do Solo Self-Found, which means you cannot trade, you cannot party up with anybody, you are on your own. I like to play that way when I'm playing the game because the ability of not being able to trade and not being able to party up does mean your drops are a little bit more important to you. But for the sake of this playthrough, being a beginner playthrough, I am going to play as normal purely because I do want to touch on the trading, buying and selling and things, because there isn't an in-game auction house. You have to do it a specific way. There's also Ruthless mode, which is item scarcity. Your skills, you will drop gems very rarely, so your build would be around the quest rewards that you get. Ruthless is tough, really tough. We're going to go Affliction League, Normal, not Solo Self-Found, not Ruthless. We are going in. When you first get to your character select, you will only have 6 available. These 3 here and these 3 here. The Scion in the middle. You do unlock her your first time through Act 3. And I'll show you where she is when we get there. It's Scepter of God, I think. We are going this one. I need to just put my volume up. 1 second. There we go. That's better. Right. Affliction League, Normal. Will it let me have my name? It should do. New League. Duelist. Let's go. This will become a Slayer eventually. A character with that name already exists. All right, I can't have that. Let's do that then. I'll be able to do that, won't I? I can do that. Brill. All right. We are in the game. So you will need a couple of things. If you've already watched my intro video, well done. Thank you very much. If you haven't, why not? Only joking. You will need Neversink's loot filter. There is a link in my video description on how to install that. I've done a video for that for you, where to get it from, where to put the files. You will need the build guide. You will need Path of Building Community Fork is the program. I've also got a video link in the description as well on where to get that from. There's also a link to Zizaran's Path of Building import code that you'll need to pop into the Path of Building program. I've also put a link on there for Zizaran's video guide, the YouTube video, if you want to have a look at his video. Also, while you're there, if you're not already subbed to Zizaran, drop him a sub as well. Thank you to Zizaran for making this guide, I will say that now. And then what else will you want? I think that's it for now. We will go through some options now for you. Let's just get up off the sand. Okay, options. I do want to put on Neversink's loot filter. Regular custom sounds. I'm using custom sounds, which is an option that's available. So if you're playing along and you're using Neversink's default, your sound for your loot drops will be different to mine. So when you get your ears trained to what your sounds are, I'm not going to cock you up and make you keep looking around your zone, okay? There we go. We get lots of server firsts now. People reaching level 13, first character to get here, first character to do that. UI. Few things I like to do. The map. Map transparency on full. And the landscape, even though it's nice and hand-drawn, I like to turn that down. Just really helps you see where you're going. What else do we have here? Nothing here. Screen shake is enabled by default. We'll leave that on for now. I might turn it off if it gets horrible. In game, what have we got? Auto equip is fine. Loot filters on. That's for party items. I'm not going to worry about that. We're not partying up. Graphics is what it is. Mine is on my GeForce recommended. I'm on a 3080. Sound volume should be okay for you. It's the same as it was last playthrough. Input. I don't think I need to change any keys. My keys are still the same as they were last time. Notifications. I shouldn't need any of them. We should be all right. I was looking for, and I can't see them. Maybe they don't come up until we've done the tutorial. There are a few more options. Oh no, they're here. They're here. Ignore me. I've found them. The clock. I always like the clock. Up to you. It's just... Map transparency we have done. Items. I like items to always show sockets. When we've got some items equipped, let me just pick this sword up. It will always show the sockets on your character screen. I always like to have that. You can change this to small notches and large pattern. Large pattern does help with colour blindness because it's red, blue, green, which isn't great. I always like to have full descriptions on items. And I also like to have life and mana levels showing on me and on the enemies. Cursor's regular, although you can have that different colours as well. You can change the size of it, small, medium, large. Chat is fine. It can stay as it is. There you go. That is all you need in your options. Just save that, make sure they're saved. We're not going to skip tutorials, we are going through them. Now this will be a slow playthrough. If you've seen my previous playlist during the Ancestors League, it took us 51 episodes to get to maps, which is the end game. It's going to be the same pace again. This game, there is a lot to take in early doors. Acts 1 and 2, I'm going to go really slow for you. Act 3 and 4 will start to speed up a little bit, and then you'll start getting into the groove. Purely designed for new players to the game or players that have tried the game and been overwhelmed when they first open up that passive skill tree. You'll know what I'm talking about when you see it. I'm not going to show it yet. If you're new to the game, I'm not going to show it yet. I will show you the path of building and the skill tree together when we come to open it. Alright, so let's go. Let's just do the first little bit. We have one ability on left mouse button, default attack. If you want to change your button, just click it, click the button, you can pick where you want it. I can put it on Q, I can have nothing. One thing I do recommend, left click, have as your move only button for a new player, so you don't get stuck in between a couple of enemies attacking when you want to try and get out. Always change that to move only. I'll pop the ability on right button for now. Okay, let's go. Another recommendation, also, if you're new to the game, is to play this like a single-player RPG. Talk to all the NPCs, listen to what they have to say, go through all the lore options, click on all the lore items in the zones, uncover all the zones if you want to, first time through. Don't be afraid to be over-leveled, it will help on your first playthrough. For the penalty you get to experience and potential loot drops, it's worth being over-leveled, trust me, it makes it a lot easier. Alright, so we are picking up our first gem. Skills in this game are in the form of gems. We have active gems and we'll have passive gems. Active gems will be your main ability, which for this case is double strike. We have a green socket on the dagger, so we can pop that straight in, which is an attack, a melee, a strike, and a physical skill. Performs 2 fast strikes with a melee weapon, chance to cause bleeding, and adds 3 to 5 physical damage. There's the button there. I am going to change that now to the right button as default. I will clear that. We won't need the basic hit. We'll go with what we've got. I do want to move that to there. There. That's where I want that one. Life flasks, mana flasks. If you've played ARPGs, life pool, mana pool, all look similar, don't they? This game, your flasks do refill on kill. So flasks in this game, you will be popping a lot, especially some of the utility flasks later on, because you'll be getting lots of mobs in the game, you'll be killing things fast, they'll be recharging pretty much faster than you can use them. All right, let's work our way up the coast a little bit. There's one. There's another. There's another. There we go, just kill all these. There we go. All right. So we've dropped 2 hats. It will auto-equip because that's what I've set in the options. What you'll notice, that's only got 1 gem. This has got 2 gems, and these gems are linked by the gold bar. That will come important soon. Plate vest as well, a little bit of armour. Again, it's auto-equipped for me. Happy days. Okay, I'm just going to get these 2 and then we'll pick up that chest. Chance to bleed support. Okay, so this is a support gem, so this is more like the passive gem. And with support skills, you link them to your active ability. So this will give our double strike chance to bleed. And you can tell they're linked and doing their thing because they do light up together. You will also see on the ability there's a little E in the corner. That's giving it the extra chance to bleed. Just got a shield. It'll do for now. This build is going to be a two-hander. Two-hand sword, two-hand axe. But for now,
my spirit is spent.
We'll just take the sword. Okay, we are out of mana slightly. It does regen over time. Blaska's just got a little bit of a charge back, so we can use that now. We'll go up this way first. There we go. And you. Thank you very much. Right, I might need to go back and just clear this little section. I want to do a full clear of these first couple of zones purely because you're after gear. Especially early on, you are after gear. There we go. Okay, there's a new item. So this game doesn't have gold, silver, copper, any of the above. It has crafting currencies. Everything you sell for crafting currencies. This will augment a magic item with a new random modifier. So items have white, normal, blue, magic, yellow, rare, orange, unique. White items will just have one affix. Blue items can have one suffix, one prefix. Yellow items can have 3 of each, so they can have up to 6 modifiers. And you'll see that as we move on. Don't be overwhelmed at this stage. I will explain it all as we go. There's level 2. All right, here comes the passive skill tree in a minute. Let me get rid of him first. Let me just get back here so I know I'm not going to get bopped. Yeah, we're safe here. Okay. Passive skill points. Press P to open up your passive skill tree. Now, don't have a heart attack, all right? This is your passive skill tree. Depending on what class you've gone, you will start in a specific section of the passive skill tree. You can effectively path anywhere. We are following a build guide because this is overwhelming at first. I do appreciate that, but it is all passive skills. It's all percent this and plus life, and so this is percent increased physical damage plus 14 life. If we went this way, that would be 6% increased attack speed and 25 accuracy. All right, we get 1 point to spend. We also have the Path of Building, which is Zizaran's build guide that he's kindly provided. We are going down the physical damage and life section, so we're going to follow this down. Zizaran's guide is all broken down. So we've got Act 1, Act 2 to 6, Act 6 to the Twilight Strand, Boneshatter Swap, the Cruel Lab, Blood Aqueduct to the Act 10 boss, Kitava. So it's all mapped out for you, which way you should go, which skills you should take. We are Act 1. Nice and simple. We're going to follow this exactly. He has also put some notes in as well. We'll get to some bandits in Act 2. He wants us to kill all. We'll explain that when we get there. Weapon crafting, because we want physical damage on our weapons for this build. There is a vendor recipe. I'll cover them as well. That you can do. So have a read through the notes. Have a look through here. He's also got the skills that we'll need. So we are going to be starting with Spectral Throw. Will be our level 1 to 8 ability when we get it. We will have a dash as well. When we can get it, we'll have a War Banner, which is an aura. And then we'll also have a totem that will help us doing a bit of melee damage and giving us attack speed as well. All right, but these will all come second nature to you when you get past the initial difficulty curve. So this is passive tree. We want to put a point in here. You can click on the point and click on apply. Alternatively, you can control and click if you know exactly where you want to go. you then don't have to click apply. So there we go. Control click. That is done. That's our first point. A little bit more physical damage. A little bit more life. There we go. There we are. Just keep working through. We'll clear this full zone. Make sure we're not leaving anything behind. Early on, recommended, definitely clear the zones. Okay, our first little mini-boss, we need to kill Hillock. Bop him once, move out of the way. Hope we get a bit of bleed on him.
My spirit is spent.
Nearly there. There we go. Excellent stuff. All right. The loot filter is doing its thing. We have a blue bow. We'll take for now. We have a ring. Gives us extra physical damage. That's fantastic. That'll auto-equip. We've got a one-handed sword. 3 socket. Red, green, blue, but not linked. We've got an evasion... shabby jerkin. We've also got another one-handed sword with a red socket. These have come up in this funky colour because this is a red, blue, green linked item. We can trade this to the vendor that we'll get to in town shortly for a specific currency. Okay, let's go into town. See if it's going to crash. It hasn't crashed. Good. Okay. Right, a couple of NPCs to take quests from. So we'll do this.
There's an island. Fine work with Hillock.
Right, you're going to give us a skill. None of these are the skill that we want, though, unfortunately, are they? Cleave, dual wielding, swinging your weapon in an arc, molten strike. Infuse your melee weapon with molten energy to attack with physical and fire damage. I might just take that for now. That's just a quest reward anyway. Now we can sell to Tarkley. We can also sell to Nessa.
Hello.
Nessa does also have other skills that we can buy. And we wanted... what did we want? None of them. Spectral Throw. Must be a green. Here it is. So we can buy one of those. Cost us 1 Scroll of Wisdom. They're used to identify items. We could potentially use the Scroll of Wisdom on this bow. It's currently unidentified. But I'm not going to, because we can't use bows, so there's no point.
Yes?
We shall just do a sell. So a quick way to sell, you can drag and drop. Quick way, control and click. I think it's crashing. It's crashed. All right, let me see if I can get back in. Thankfully, we're in town and it's not hardcore, so we're okay. Let's see if there's a queue. If I can get back in, I'll get back in. If not, we're on the 25-minute mark, so we'll see. I might be all right. Shall we wait a second? We'll wait a second. Okay. So thank you for watching, folks. I hope this playthrough will get you through the difficulty curve. If you're new to this game, you've come across from D4 maybe. If you have tried the game before, had a heart attack when you've opened that passive skill tree. There are reasons people would quit early in this game. I completely understand. I'm going to take it nice and slow for you. Acts 1 and 2 will be super slow. 3 and 4 I'll speed up a little bit. The last playthrough took us 51 episodes to get through the 10 acts. That's basically an extended tutorial, and just a bit of the bosses are just DPS checks. So it took us 51 episodes to get to the end game of maps, and then we got through the first 5 or 6 maps. This time round, I want to push a little bit further as well. I've got longer this time. My first video last time I didn't make until the league had been live a month because the channel wasn't launched. This time round, I want to try and get this video out tonight for you, the 8th, launch night, if I can. We shall see. Right, we're nearly there. We're on 2,800. While that's ticking away, let's just have a look at the build. So we want Spectral Throw with Chance to Bleed. You see how we hover over them and they're linked? So ideally, what we want on either, it can be either our chest piece or our weapon. Doesn't have to be weapon. Skills can go anywhere. We want a red, green, red linked. So Spectral Throw will be linked with Chance to Bleed and also with Volley. We also want the dash ability, just a quick mini teleport. We want the War Banner, which is an aura that will give us accuracy and increased, or enemies take increased physical damage. And we also want our totem, which is the Ancestral Protector. Just gives us a bit more damage and a bit of attack speed as well. And it attacks for us, so it will take a little bit of aggro too. That's what we're looking for, levels 1 to 8. In here, again, notes. Have a look through the notes. It will help you sort of get your head around some terms you might not recognise yet. Don't worry, we'll go through them. The tree's where it's at, though. The tree is where it's at. Right, we are in, I believe. We are in. Here we go. I'm only logging in quickly just to show you this selling thing, and then we're finishing the episode anyway. I like to keep my episodes around 25-30 minute mark. Of course, I want to do it when I'm in a safe spot to do it, and I'm not expecting a zone to reset or anything, so I just wanted to get here so we can now sell. I'm not going to identify that and waste a Scroll of Wisdom because we can't use it anyway. None of these are green, red, green, so we can't use them yet. This item here, which we could sell for the currency item, which is a chromatic orb with the red, green, red linked. It's actually equipped them because they're the only gloves we've got, so we'll take them anyway. So you can drag and drop. Alternatively, you can control and click. That one was armor 26. The one we've got on is armor 23, but that one is linked, so I might keep hold of that one for now. Just slightly better links. At this stage, doesn't really matter. Spectral Throw now, instead of double strike. We can bin off double strike. I need to do it from the inventory screen. So let's take that gem out, drop that one in. Double strike is now our skill on the right mouse button, supported by Chance to Bleed. That can be sold. There we go. A little bit more currency. So we've got 3 Scrolls of Wisdom. I might just stick that in a spare red slot. And I'll pop it on Q. We'll probably not need it, but we'll see. We'll see. So we've got a few currency items. We've got some fragment scrolls or scroll fragments. 5 of those convert into a Scroll of Wisdom. Scroll of Wisdoms are used to identify items. We have got some transmutation shards. 20 of those will become an orb of transmutation. We've also got an orb of augmentation, which, when used on a magic item, will give it a new random modifier. I'll explain all these and crafting as we go. All you need to know for now, selling items. It isn't gold, silver, coppers. You are actually collecting items to sell for crafting items. Also worth mentioning, this is the size of your bags. These are all you get. They can't be extended. The game is free to play. Completely free to play this game. New League comes out every 3 months. You don't have to pay a penny. Some will argue you do have to buy some stash tabs, and it is a good idea, to be honest. But if you're enjoying the game, this is maybe the one area where you would actually spend money. This is the currency tab. That's a normal tab. This is the unique tab. This is a tab for essences. We've not even touched on any of these yet. Fragments. Divination cards. The map tab, super handy. The delve mechanic, all sorts of things we've not seen yet. Another tab. There are lots and lots of tabs. There are lots of tabs you can buy. You would, if you wanted to spend money, want to buy the currency tab and probably the map tab would be your first two. They will, after a couple of weeks, have a stash tab sale. Always worth waiting for those. In total, I think playing the game for free, but you wanted real convenient stash tabs, you're probably looking at spending about 20 or 30 quid. All right. But you don't have to. You start with 4 stash tabs. You can play completely for free. All right. That will do for episode 1. Episode 2 will come up tomorrow. I'm going to try and get this live tonight, being Friday the 8th. I will record episode 2 tomorrow, get that uploaded tomorrow night. They'll go live 8 o'clock UK time of an evening. I always like to try and be about 3 or 4 days ahead on my recordings. So I'll probably batch record a few tomorrow and Sunday to see me through the following week. Because we do work full time. It is a hobby channel. I only get evenings to play stroke record. All right, so thank you for watching, folks. Really appreciate you taking the time. If you are enjoying the video, I'd love you to drop a thumbs up on it. Come and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Help this little hobby channel grow. And I'll see you for the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Take care. And good luck getting through the queue. See you later.